Hello, I'm Dr. Anjali Bhatawdekar. I'm a pediatrician.
Hello, I'm Dr. Manoj Bhatawdekar. I'm a psychiatrist. In this series on wise parenting, we've been talking about the development of preschoolers. Today, we are going to discuss about an important function of the body, that is sleep. Sleep is a restorative function of the body in which growth and development occur. Studies have shown that children who have adequate sleep have overall improved memory, learning, behavior, and enhanced overall physical and mental health. As against this, children who have poor quality of sleep fall sick very often and have different physical and mental issues. So, what is normal sleep hygiene?
Actually, it is advisable that young children sleep early and have at least 8 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep. But these days, what we find is parents many times come home late, especially the father. If he's coming late, the child wants to at least see the father or communicate with the father before going to sleep. And that's why many children are not sleeping till 11 o'clock or 11:30 also. Some of these children have morning schools, and when they wake up, they are groggy. We have seen that if the sleep is not adequate, they have difficulty in concentrating in school, and especially subjects like maths, which need more concentration, that may be affected. So it's very important that we try our best to see that the young child gets adequate sleep. There are certain factors which can affect the sleep adversely. And the most important factor these days is the screen time. If the child is watching any screen, be it TV or mobile or laptop or whatever, just before the bedtime, he is visually stimulated. There's a lot of brain stimulation, and this is going to affect his sleep, and he cannot fall asleep quickly. And this obviously is going to affect the quality of sleep also.
I remember a case of a 2-year-old girl who was brought to me with a complaint that this girl would scream in the middle of the night and wake up crying. I went into the details of the history and I noticed a simple observation. The father would return home from work at 9 o'clock in the night. The girl would climb onto his lap and watch television along with him. And the father was fond of watching horror movies, horror serials. So he would invariably put on a horror serial or a horror movie, and without realizing that the young kid is sitting on his lap, he would continue enjoying it. The horrible images obviously affected the young child's mental functions, and the girl was getting up in the middle of the night. When this was brought to the father's notice and the father stopped this behavior, the child's behavior improved totally.
So, when you want the child to have a good night's sleep, it's important to inculcate good habits right from the beginning. If there's a separate room in which the child can sleep, even when the parents are coming late, the child can be put to sleep. Creating a good atmosphere which will induce sleep is very important in young children. So, you can put on a soft light, you can put on soft music, or activities which do not stimulate the child too much can be carried out at this time, like say reading or storytelling. But please avoid activities which are going to stimulate the child physically or mentally too much. So, running about or playing just before sleeping is not really advisable. Instead of that, the parent can read a book to the child or tell a story to the child. Another thing which we have noticed is that if a child gets into a bad habit, it's very difficult to break that habit. So it's better to prevent the habit before it develops. I remember a case in which a 2-year-old child was sick. She had a lot of pain in the abdomen because of some infection, and she insisted on sleeping on the mother's tummy throughout the night. Because the child was sick, the mother did this for a couple of days, but the child got so used to it and loved this so much that she continued to do this even after she was well. Now, this mother was obviously finding this position very uncomfortable, but once that habit was formed, it was very difficult to break it. So, whenever you are allowing the child to do something like this, please beware and try and avoid these things. So, as I said, soft music, soft light, storytelling. Along with that, if some children have difficulty falling asleep, there are certain food items which can induce sleep fast, because these food items contain tryptophan, which can be a sleep inductor. Foods containing good amount of tryptophan are mangoes, in the mango season of course, milk and chocolate. So if your child likes milk, you can give either a mango milkshake at night or a chocolate milkshake at night, and then after brushing the teeth, the child can be put to sleep and these children will sleep in time. As earlier said, good sleep is very important for the physical and mental development of the child, and it is best to inculcate good sleeping habits right from the beginning.
Let's remember one thing, there are some children who are difficult to put to sleep. Certain conditions like ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, autistic spectrum disorder, or some physical conditions might make it difficult for a child to sleep, in which case one needs to seek professional help. So please look after your child's sleep well. It is an important restorative function.